Hello, ladies, and welcome to this week's episode. Today, I have a question for you. Do you have a self-care routine? Or some might call it a self-love routine. Where maybe you do your nails. I haven't done mine. Oh, well. Maybe you do your hair. I don't really have to worry about that. Well, I don't worry about that. Or maybe you do your body exfoliating, give yourself masks. Maybe you take showers. I did a video recently about the everything shower, and I'll put the link to that above. But self-care is a part of many of our lives, and it could be anything that makes us feel good and perhaps prepares us for the week. By the end of this video, you will have, my hopes, a different perspective of self-care and your self-love routine. Just a little bit of a twist, because that's what I like to do. And I'm hoping that will refresh your mindset on self-care. Hi everyone, my name is Carolyn Chebaro, and welcome to my channel. My goal here over the last 350 some odd videos is to inspire you and to motivate you to live a simple life. And a life with less stress and less overwhelm. And that's what we're going to talk about today, how to get there, how to have less stress and less overwhelm in your life by taking and practicing the habit of self-care. And if you have followed me for a while, you know that I have left the United States, and I also will put a video there. Stick around to the end, because oftentimes what I'm going to do is give you a glimpse into my world as it sits at the moment. I've got a clip that I'm going to show you of a castle and of a church in nearby Wales. I'm also going to reveal one of my greatest self-care habits, and I also will give you information about a wait list that I am putting together for a mini course that I am creating. So without further ado, let's roll. As I said in the introduction, the idea of self-care, normally from what we in the West understand self-care to be, is taking care of yourself, your nails, your hair, your body, maybe having a facial, maybe having a massage, and all just to make ourselves feel good, to take care of ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is different types of self-care, and you choose what is best for you. You know, your self-care might even be going to the mall and buying yourself a new pair of shoes, because I know a lot of women like shoes. Or maybe it's going to a day spa, that sort of thing, where you are taking care of your outside. And therein lies the key word, taking care of your outside. And taking care of the outside, well, that's perfectly fine. It's taking care of your inside so that you feel refreshed from the inside, so that you can be a better version of yourself. To me, that's what's important. And that's really what I want to discuss further with you on the internal factors, the internal habits that you can create for yourself so that you radiate from the inside out. Couple that with your self-care on the outside, because there is nothing wrong with that. There is a place for that. It is necessary, because what would we all look like if we didn't take care of our outside? I don't even want to think about it. So, but I want to look at the inside and habits that you might entertain implementing into your lifestyle. I'd like to give you the history of this understanding of taking care of your self-care from the inside out. Years ago, I created a recipe for a simple life. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I've revealed that. One of the key items in my recipe for living a simple life includes self-care, but an internal self-care. And what I mean by that, and one of the ingredients in that recipe is called the nothingness effect. And that is just exactly what it sounds like. It's doing nothing. It's learning to just be quiet so that you can really digest all that is going on in your mind. Because when we're running from pillar to post, we don't see our life's screen, the television screen, so to speak, very clearly, because we are out of focus. So the nothingness effect involves just stopping and being really quiet, grabbing yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and just going within and listening to what your mind and your thoughts are saying to you, and just taking note of it and thinking to yourself, well, oh, I never thought that. That's when your intuition kicks in, when you're quiet. It's when your gut says, Carolyn, you need to slow down. Carolyn, you need to make a change in your life. And so the nothingness effect is an internal form of self-care that allows your body and your mind and your spirit to be quiet so that you can explore other possibilities in your life just by doing absolutely diddly squat. So that's the first form of internal self-care that I would encourage you to practice. And the next step for my personal self-care, and one again that I would encourage you to do, is to examine life from the point of learning more and learning something that will better your life. And oftentimes, sadly, when we reach a certain age or even before that, we tend to think, okay, we have reached a certain goal, we've got this certain diploma, we have finished a certain course, and that's where my education stops. But it is my understanding, it is my belief that that learning must continue all your life. Because as you educate yourself, and that could be through a book, through an online course, plug my mini course, but I'll tell you about that later. But it's bettering yourself, because when you make yourself interested in a broader sense of life, whether it be a hobby, gardening, knitting, cooking, when you make yourself more interested in other aspects of life, you become more interesting. And you can develop friendships and experiences based on that self-care form of educating yourself and learning more and being eager to learn more. And understand, just because you are a millennial and you are finished college, university not so long ago, or maybe you're at the other end of the spectrum, someone my age who finished college and university decades ago, it doesn't mean you have to stop learning. Because as the advert says on television in the US, the more you know. And it's very, very true. And in my eyes, this is a form of self-care. And I'd be curious, what forms of self-care do you actually practice? Both the external stuff, the spa, the nails, the hair, the going to the mall, that sort of thing. And what sort of internal self-care do you practice? I would love to know in the comment box below. Now I'm going to add the clip of the castle and the church that I went to see, and I will reveal one of my greatest forms of self-care. So I will see you back here in a moment.
That's my roundup of self-care. It can be internal and it can be external. You determine which is more important. I think as one goes through life, you realize really what is important. They're both equally important. But one we can really, really grab hold on, in my opinion, is the internal. And my goal, and I'm hoping yours, is to become the best version of me at any age. And I invite all you millennials out there and all you others at my end of the spectrum to really reflect on how you can implement self-care into your simple life. Again, the link to my waitlist for a mini course that I am creating is below in the comment box. So you can click on that and put your name on a list. Nothing fancy, just a simple list. And so I wish everyone a good week. Stay well, stay safe, and until my next video, toodles.